AVA Sports, sponsoring live stream action for Contenders. What's your fight-ending submission?
Featherweight mixed martial arts action. Luke Santorelli in the red corner versus Ryan and Dennis in the blue. Santorelli coming from Team Sempre and Dennis from Abaddon MMA.
Santorelli immediately onto the front foot, pushing Ryan Dennis back to the cage. Looks powerful, doesn't he, Santorelli? But a nice takedown by Ryan Dennis.
Santorelli was looking good with the boxing skills there, but negated the ground game of Dennis. Dennis ducked under beautifully, changed levels. Now he finds himself in the half guard. He's going to look to pass the legs of Santorelli. So what he'll try and do is stuff the head, and he'll try to go push the knee through and switch around to his left side now. But Santorelli senses that, and he's going to look to stand up. He's got to make sure that he uses the whizzer, that overhook under the arm of Dennis to stand up. Beautiful stuff there from Santorelli. Textbook stand up in MMA.
See if he can get back with the boxing. Again, Dennis goes for the big takedown though.
Santorelli sprawled. He was mid-air in that takedown, but Dennis's drive initiated that takedown straight to the floor. Such athleticism being shown by Ryan Dennis. Again, he finds himself on the top. He's got to make sure when he passes, he controls the head. Now, Santorelli hasn't got the cage in this position. He's threatening the Kimura and the hip bump sweep, but gives up his back.
Oh, head and arm
Turns,
triangle.
yeah, that's it. What Dennis has got to do is get his right leg out of that position and then pass into side control on the right side of Santorelli. And he'll look to cinch up that arm, force pressure with his own arm and Santorelli's arm into the carotid arteries and look for the choke. Yep, Santorelli wise to that, kept his arm tight, gained some space now, finds himself in the half guard. Moving his hips. Could be looking for a sweep here. Half guard sweep, going to look to stand up, change it to the single leg, but Dennis using that position. Whoa, he's got the dash choke here. Could turn it into an anaconda, but Santorelli sensed that. Snapped right back up to the feet.
Yeah, he's got to be careful on the feet because he's been taken down twice now, partly due to his over-exuberance.
Was that a slip there from Santorelli?
I think it was a slip, yeah. Oh, that was a sprawl.
Dennis did a great job of moving his head off that centre line. He's very aware of the boxing skills of Santorelli. He's got to start throwing punches though to stop Santorelli coming forward and firing when he wants to. Here we go, nice double leg attempt. Shrugged off, hiked up by Santorelli. Big knee there, gives up the leg for the takedown.
Wow, this is a fast-paced fight, isn't it? Santorelli, the one pressing forward. Dennis absorbing the pressure on the feet at the moment, looking for the takedown.
Dennis trying to use that cage to get the takedown, but Santorelli circles out now. Trading blows on the inside. Santorelli frantically looking for those uppercuts to the body. Going to the head as the bell sounds. Frantic and very active first round.
Very, very fast first round. You have to wonder. Ryan Dennis looks tired actually going back to his corner.
Interesting to see, almost like a typical grappler versus striker. The grappler wants to take the fight to the ground and secure the takedown, and the striker wants to stand up. And how he stands up here, uses that overhook to hike the body up of Dennis. And then watch here, disengage and create space and circle off.
Absolutely.
Very smart stuff here by Santorelli.
Yeah. Who would you say had the better of that? Because obviously Dennis got a couple of takedowns, worked for submission attempts, but Santorelli ultimately fought them off and got back to his feet. So who does that favour that first round, would you say?
All depends on the judges on the day, but the takedowns are highly scored. If you can control your opponent, hence the takedown, that's a much more high level of scoring. But I know there's one judge, I believe is Windy Miller. He has a clicker and he counts the number of strikes. Very smart, high level judge in there. So see how they tally these up. If it goes to the decision, there are some submission attempts from Dennis as we get to the second round. Dennis again looking to look for the takedown, but oi, it's a big leg kick from Santorelli.
Santorelli's very aggressive, isn't he, going forward?
Dennis, that's what he needs to do, start firing up top. Make Santorelli think upstairs, then go downstairs.
I was going to say, Santorelli landed a nice leg kick there, which would also take away from that explosion in the takedowns.
Just be careful about telegraphing that shot from outside.
Yeah.
Santorelli see it coming a mile off. Low blow.
Low blow. Occupational hazard.
Yeah, collateral damage, I guess.
Yeah.
But I guess what the box is for.
Well, exactly.
They always check.
The cup.
Cup, yeah.
Yeah. And there's always a debate about which is best, isn't there, in terms of cup. People who fight Muay Thai will tell you the Thai steel cup is the way to go. Others swear by other kind of more plasticky contraptions.
Yeah, if you
either way.
you kick a steel cup,
yeah,
you're not going to be one hurting.
No, true.
Oh, here we go. Santorelli straight back into it.
He's
doesn't want to give Dennis any space. He wants to back him up against that cage.
That was a nice leg kick, though, to lead leg there, an inside leg kick.
Body kick by Santorelli, big overhand right.
Yeah, he's throwing power, isn't he? Coming in the southpaw.
Watch Dennis to time this takedown. It looks like he's a little bit wobbled here.
Yeah, I think Santorelli is looking in the better shape of these two young men. Dennis looks maybe a little bit fatigued after that big effort in the first round. Santorelli is just pushing the pace all the time.
Santorelli keeping the pressure on. He's using his head in that position up against Dennis to control his body and firing punches at the top. His head's almost like a targeting system. Oh, big knee! That looked like it hurt Dennis. He's looking for this takedown now. He uses time to recover, but Santorelli looking for the guillotine. He's got to think about trying to get the back of Dennis up against the cage and work that guillotine. He needs to block him off. But yeah, he was looking for that finish. Santorelli able to again control in the clinch.
And he's making all the time, he's making Dennis carry his weight, isn't he?
Big knee, double leg attempt from Dennis, he gets it. Santorelli looking for the switch. Doesn't get it, turning. Looking for the underhooks now. He'll fire his arms underneath and break away. Nice right hand there, gets straight to it. Doesn't give Dennis any room to breathe.
He's all over him, isn't he? As you say, it seems to be his game plan is to really push the pace. Make Dennis break maybe. But every time they break, he's charging after him again straight away.
Any room to work. He doesn't want to give Dennis any time to set. Keeps constant pressure. And if the camp of Santorelli thought that they could bring Dennis's endurance and cardio into play, looking for a double leg, gets it, secured the legs nice and tight, pulled the hips away. Now Santorelli jumps straight to the mount. Dennis get his knee, blocked his left leg there. Santorelli straight into the side control. He is a wizard. So quick, able to transition. Now looking for the mounted crucifix position. He'll look to pin the arms down and fire in the shots. As the last seconds of the round approach, Santorelli here on top, controlling. Ryan Dennis needs to get out of this position. He needs to think about switching. If fire his left arm backwards and scoot his hips forward, but he just looks like he's too tired to do so.
Yeah, he looks extremely fatigued compared to Santorelli, who looks fresh as a daisy still. Looked like he was locked up in some kind of choke at the end there. So let's see now Ryan Dennis in front of us here looks very, very fatigued.
Yes, I think the ref's calling. I don't know if he's calling the doctor over or the cut man. He's calling the cut. There's a cut over the eye of Dennis. Yeah, he's going to check it out, get some Vaseline on there.
Okay.
I mean, saw Dennis as he stood up. He almost shook his head and looked to the sky.
Yeah.
So he needs to start turning it up. You see from the replay here, Santorelli is just relentless. He cuts him off, fires in shots, goes for the takedown. He's really starting to wear Dennis down.
And he looks fresh as a daisy, doesn't he? Santorelli doesn't look tired at all. Compare that to Dennis, who really
Watch
looks
the
like
jump,
he's
look.
milking. Yeah, very nice.
Straight to him out
Very
there. But
nice, yeah.
Dennis, very savvy on the floor. He gets his knee in, but he passes straight to side control.
Absolutely.
It's got to be the game plan. Pressure, pressure, pressure. And eventually, when you get tired, if you're tired and you're a black belt, you're not a black belt anymore because you're tired.
Yeah.
Trust me, man, I've been there.
Yeah. So I guess, again, you have to say that's probably 1 round each. Would you go into the final round?
Oh, I never like to judge. Yeah, I mean, I have Santorelli up. Yeah, 1-on-1, 1 apiece. Santorelli again now with this tenacious style. He's able just to keep the pressure on.
He must know he's in
Oi.
outstanding shape because he's just pushing the pace constantly.
Dennis got to be careful throwing those kicks out and dropping that hand, because Santorelli likes to work in that overhand right. Big body cock. Kick. Caught.
Use it for the takedown.
Straight to the side control.
Yeah,
wow.
very nice.
Santorelli looked to scoot Dennis away from the cage. He doesn't want Dennis to sit up against the cage, so he'll scoot him away there. He's locking up the half guard from the top. He needs to think about getting his right leg across the body of Dennis to go to the fault mount. Using the whizzer to stop Dennis getting his back, but he's able to control and land some shots, scoring points.
Yeah, Santorelli certainly having the better of it now.
Dennis looking for the
Nice.
switch, beautiful.
Nice scramble there from Dennis. But again, he looks tired, doesn't he?
Nice left hook. Dennis he looks the tired of the two fighters. Big head kick attempt from Dennis, looking for the takedown.
Takedown doesn't quite have the same amplitude as it did earlier, though, does it?
He hasn't got that tenacious power, that brutal direction in his wrestling shot. See there, Santorelli working the switch.
Santorelli doesn't even look his breathing hard. It's unbelievable. Looks like he's barely sweating.
Using that takedown, he's going to force the head, look to kick the leg out of that position.
Dangerous.
Now, this is dangerous for Dennis. He's got to start thinking about getting off his back and standing up, or perhaps look for a sweep. Could be looking for a leg lock, looking for a pass. Is Santorelli. He's going to keep his hips down heavy now. Step over there. Could look for a Kimura attempt here, but Dennis holding on to that single leg. Dennis has got to get some momentum here. Can't sit on the bottom and let Santorelli control him. Santorelli looking for the side control here. He's going to keep his hips to hips. Look to block that left arm and rain in shots from the top. He's blocked the left arm now. This is dangerous for Dennis.
Yeah, he's got him in a kind of mounted crucifix, hasn't he, almost? He did have. Dennis did well to buck out of that.
Straight to full mount. Dennis clasps the half guard. Still eating shots. Ryan Dennis again flat on his back. He needs to start thinking about turning to his side just like that. Move his hips out. Look to establish full guard. Or perhaps go belly down. But Santorelli very wise to that. He switches to the other side because Dennis wants to turn into him. Cinch up a leg, work the sweep. But Santorelli's just simply not there. Looking for a leg lock.
10 seconds left. Santorelli's had a dominant final round here.
Dennis didn't even pull guard there. He's so tired. He's just weathering the storm here. But Santorelli again, relentless with the strikes, relentless with the grappling, relentless with the transitions. He's just able to overcome Dennis in this fight.
He was in great shape as well, wasn't he? Because he pushed an incredible pace the whole 3 rounds there. And as I say, he looks like he's barely even sweating, let alone breathing hard. Dennis in the other corner, after a very impressive first round, I think he just faded, don't you, under the pressure of Santorelli?
Looking at Santorelli, his physique, very cut. You know, his endurance is up there. He's able just to transition. It keeps his hips nice and heavy to pin his opponent down. And this is kind of a way to wear somebody out with your grappling. You keep heavy on them whilst you're not doing a hell of a lot. You're just making them take your weight, making them work, further sapping that endurance from them.
Absolutely, and then the final round, Santorelli just poured it on, didn't he? Was in dominant positions most of the time. Dennis really just seemed to be too tired to really mount any significant offence. Did well to avoid any. I mean, that was a bad situation for him. He managed to get out of that. He was mounted crucifix-wise there for a second.
Did so well to avoid the finish there, Mark.
Did very well. Showed great heart.
Ladies and gents, big hands together for both these guys in the cage. After 3 hard-fought rounds, we do have a winner. By unanimous decision in the red corner, give it up for Luke Santorelli. And a big round of applause for Ryan Dennis.
AVA Sports, sponsoring live stream action for Contenders. What's your knockout combination?